Hey, what's going on guys? Royal Oud here and welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber. And if you guys are new here, what I do is I make fragrance related content such as unboxings, first impressions, reviews, weekly fragrance rotation, list videos and things like that. And if any of that stuff interests you at all, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. But in today's video guys, we're actually gonna be doing a tag video. Even though I was not tagged for this specific video, but I definitely want to get in on it. And the video we're gonna be doing is actually 13 questions about my fragrance collection. So I'm very excited to share these questions with you guys regarding my collection. And I'm not gonna tag anyone, but if you are a fragrance reviewer or make fragrance videos and you came across this video, consider yourself tagged and definitely make this. But yeah guys, let's not waste any time and let's get right into it. First question here is going to be the newest fragrance in my collection. Now, I'm gonna pretty much base this off of the fragrance I have currently in my collection. I do have a lot of fragrances on the way, but I'm not gonna include those because I don't have them in hand at the moment. But you guys will see those videos coming up shortly of the recent fragrance purchases I made. But the newest addition to my collection at this time is actually Burberry For Men, guys. This classic fragrance here is just phenomenal. It actually is pretty much, it's kind of minty. And it just smells so good though. I actually got this from my mom. She just kind of surprised me with it, which is always nice. But yeah, this is just a great fragrance. I believe it was released in like the mid-90s. And oh man, every time I smell this, like when you think of, or for me for instance, when I think of like a cologne, for instance, like a man's cologne, this definitely comes to mind, Burberry For Men. Definitely get your nose on this if you guys have not. It is a great fragrance that isn't actually talked about that much like all the other Burberrys, like Burberry Touch, Burberry, Mr. Burberry, Burberry London, and things like that. But this is definitely a solid release from Burberry, so definitely check this one out here. All right, so the second question out of these is actually going to be the oldest fragrance in my collection. Now, this is definitely not the oldest fragrance I've ever actually owned, for instance. But this is the oldest fragrance that I have currently in my collection. And the fragrance that is oldest to me is none other than Christian Dior Sauvage. And this is the Eau de Toilette concentration. Guys, this, I don't know if I would say this pretty much started my whole collection. I think I got this around 3 years ago. My girlfriend actually bought this for me, I believe for our anniversary or Valentine's Day. But yeah, this is currently the oldest fragrance in my collection. I have worn quite a bit of it. As you can see, it's pretty much maybe almost halfway empty. Probably about 60 mils out of the 100 left over, I would say. But I mean, this is a fantastic fragrance. I loved it when I first got it. I still do love it, even though I don't wear it as often as I used to. Just because it is so popular nowadays, guys. But when it comes down to it, this is just a great versatile masculine fragrance you can wear all year round, and you can't really go wrong with it. The projection is fantastic. The longevity is great, at least on the EDT. I haven't tried the Eau de Parfum or the Extrait de Parfum. I'm sure those are great as well. But yeah, this is the oldest bottle currently that I own in my fragrance collection that I purchased. So let's move on over to the next question. All right, so the next question up is actually gonna be the most expensive fragrance in my collection. Now, I actually based this off of the most expensive as far as what I paid for it, not as far as retail, because there is one other fragrance that is more expensive than this in my collection, but this is the most expensive fragrance that I purchased with my money. And the fragrance I'm speaking about is the king, guys, Creed's Aventus. You guys probably all know this. This is pretty much the king of niche fragrances. And I mean, it is fantastic, guys. That pineapple opening has a smoky birch and the dry down ambergris. Oh man, black currant is just so good, guys. And so versatile. And then, I mean, this is honestly amazing. I'm glad to have this in my collection. You can't go wrong with Aventus. This is a 19 S31, so it's a 2019 batch, which I heard a lot of good things about this batch here. And yeah, this is the most expensive fragrance that I purchased in my collection. All right, so the next question, we're actually doing a total opposite. This is actually gonna be the most affordable fragrance in my collection that I purchased. Now, the most affordable fragrance in my entire collection is actually Calvin Klein CK1 Shot, guys. Wow, now when I talk about this fragrance, This is honestly a fantastic fragrance for the price, guys. I think I picked this 100 ml up for about $20, like $19.99 for it, which you can't beat that. It's just a great tobacco fragrance. It kind of smells like an energy drink, to be honest with you. And it's just phenomenal, guys. If you guys have not smelled this, definitely get your nose on it or just perk blind by it. You really cannot go wrong. If you're looking for like a nice tobacco fragrance you can get cheap, definitely cannot go wrong with CK1 Shock by Calvin Klein. All right, so the next question up is actually gonna be the most easy reach fragrance out of my collection. Now, this is kind of an easy one. Whenever I go to my closet in front of my fragrance collection, I don't know what to wear. I usually almost always go to this one, guys. And the fragrance I'm speaking about is Chanel's Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Now, whenever you don't know what to wear, guys, you cannot go wrong with Bleu de Chanel. Any of the concentration, the EDT, EDP, or the Parfum, they're all fantastic in my opinion, but I did go with the EDP. It probably is my favorite out of the whole bunch. It's just so good, guys. That grapefruit note in here is just to die for, to be honest with you. Just smelling it out of the cap, oh man, it's just so good. Yeah, you cannot go wrong with this. You can pretty much wear this to the office. You can wear this on a date. You can wear this all year round, all occasion. In the winter, in the summer, you cannot go wrong with Bleu de Chanel. So definitely get this in your collection if you just want a versatile fragrance that can do it all pretty much. All right, so the next question up here is gonna be my favorite fragrance bottle design in my collection. Now, I mean, this one was a tough one since, I mean, a lot of my fragrances have great bottle designs, but the one that stuck out to me when I was going through my collection trying to decide which one I would choose was actually Christian Dior Homme 2020. So this is the newest release from Christian Dior. And yeah, this fragrance bottle is just so good and so classy in my opinion, and quite masculine as well. You have a nice black stem going down the middle. You have this like cool kind of 3D block in the middle there on the cap that says Dior Homme. And then you have CD up top for Christian Dior as well. Now, I mean, I own the other Dior Hommes as well, the original, and that's also a great one, but I think they definitely upped their game with this, especially the cap, guys. That is just so cool looking in my opinion. And there's nothing like it also out there that I've recently seen or anything like that. So this is quite unique, and it just looks so good in your collection, guys. So if you're looking for just a sweet bottle, definitely look at this. And I mean, this thing is pretty controversial as far as the smell of the fragrance, since they totally changed Dior Homme. They took away the iris note, and it's just kind of woody and earthy now. But I mean, also, this is a great fragrance. If you're just looking for a masculine fragrance, it has a lot of ISO-E super in here, which you do pick up on. But yeah, this thing performs very well as well. So definitely check out this, and you can't go wrong with that bottle design there, guys. All right, guys, so the next question up is gonna be my smallest fragrance bottle in my collection. Now, this was an easy one, which is also one of my newer fragrances in my collection as well. You guys probably know what it is. It is Nasomatto's Black Afgano, guys. I mean, take a look at this fragrance bottle. It's just so small. Even the cap is bigger than the bottle itself, which is, I mean, it's very unique. It looks fantastic as well with that nice black wooden cap. But this is a 30 mil, which is actually the biggest size Nasomatto sells, is 30 mils. But as far as the fragrance go, guys, this is probably the longest lasting fragrance in my collection as well. It is an extract de parfum. And just look how dense that juice is, guys. It's just like pitch black with, kind of got like a purple hue to it. But I'm telling you guys, if you want a long lasting fragrance and that's your main priority, definitely get this fragrance here. This thing lasts for almost days, guys. And on clothes, it lasts weeks. It's absolutely incredible. Now, as far as the smell goes, it does have cannabis in it, which is actually marijuana. You do kind of pick up on it. It also has oud, so it is a very earthy, dark fragrance, guys. But as far as the smell, it's just one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. I don't wear it that much, but when I do wear it, it's a pleasure for sure. But yeah, that bottle design as well is the smallest in my collection. All right, guys, so we're doing the exact opposite for this question. We're gonna be going with the largest fragrance bottle in my collection now. And this is also an easy one to choose. It is actually Gucci's Guilty Pour Homme here. This is the biggest fragrance out of my collection. This is actually 150 milliliter. And it is the only 150 milliliter that I actually own. Usually for me, I usually stick with 100 mils. As you guys probably know, like most of the fragrances I buy are 100 milliliters. I just like to pretty much keep it like that. I don't usually ever buy 50 mils or anything like that. I usually go with 100 mil, but this is the only 150 mil in my collection. And this is just a fantastic spring, summer fragrance. You probably could wear this in the fall, like during the day maybe. But yeah, this is just a great fragrance here. It has a lot of lavender in it. And as far as the performance goes, this actually lasts pretty good on my skin and projects pretty well as well. But you unfortunately don't hear much about Gucci Guilty, at least the original. They have a lot of flankers, I believe, such as like Love, which is like the newest one. I did smell that. I wasn't the biggest fan. They also just released an Eau de Parfum version as well of this, but it smelled like very floral and almost kind of feminine to my nose, which this one does not at all, so I don't know what happened there. But this is a great fragrance from the House of Gucci, guys, so check this one out as well. And this is the biggest bottle I own. All right, so the next question up is gonna be my most memorable fragrance, like the fragrance I made the most memories with out of my collection. And this was also quite an easy one. You guys probably know what it is since I've talked about it many times in like my weekly fragrance rotations and my other list videos and things like that. But the fragrance that is most memorable to me and will always be in my collection is Versace's The Dreamer, guys. I made so many memories with this. I wore this in like my during my teenage years. I recently just had to pick up this 100 ml bottle since I don't have the original one I used to. I think I threw it away or something like that, unfortunately. But yeah, I made so many memories with this, guys, growing up. Just a lot of good times. Every time I wear this, just puts me in a much better mood and just takes me back to those good old days. Just being young, nothing to really worry about or anything like that. So yeah, that is the most memorable fragrance in my collection is Versace The Dreamer. Now, as far as the scent goes, a lot of people love this, a lot of people hate this. It is quite heavy on the tobacco. It also has rose in it. And to me, guys, this is very, very unique. And I just love this fragrance. Like I said, I just pretty much wear this when I want to reminisce on the good old times and just when I relax. This is a very relaxing fragrance also. But yeah, check this out if you want something unique and not a lot of people are wearing. Check out Versace The Dreamer. I think it is discontinued though, unfortunately. But you can still pretty much get this on the gray market and stuff, so definitely snag this one up if you want to. All right, so the next question we got here is gonna be a fragrance in my collection that was actually worth the hype. Now, I'm talking about fragrances that people just hyped up to the max in like videos, forums, and I just pretty much blind bought it due to the hype. But the fragrance that was actually worth the hype to me out of my collection is Mancera's Cedra Boise, guys. This thing has had a lot of hype since it released, I believe in 2011. And let me tell you, every time I smell this fragrance, guys, oh my goodness, whew. Just out of the cap, I would honestly probably say this is the best smelling fragrance, just straight out of the cap. It is like the most natural, fruity smelling fragrance I've ever smelled, guys. A lot of people compare this to Creed's Aventus. It is a tiny bit similar. I would probably say about 10% similar to Creed's Aventus, because it does have like the black currant. You did pick up on the black currant. I'm not sure if it has pineapple. The notes only list like fruity notes. Like it's probably a bunch of combination of notes, I would imagine. I mean, a bunch of combination of fruits in the top, and you definitely pick it up. But it's just so juicy, guys. If you're looking for a fruity fragrance, definitely pick up Mancera's Cedra Boise. You can even blind buy this without actually testing it first. It is just so good, guys. And you can actually get this on the gray market for a pretty good deal, and you actually get 120 mils, so you get a nice big size for a bargain, in my opinion, to be honest with you. So definitely check out Mancera's Cedra Boise, guys. And this would be the fragrance that was worth the hype in my collection. All right, so the next question is the exact opposite to the previous question. What fragrance in my collection was not worth the hype? Now, I don't want to bash this fragrance or anything because I actually do enjoy it, but when I first got it, it was a totally different story. But the fragrance I'm speaking about is Lalique's Encore Noir à l'Extrême, guys. Now, to me, when I first got this, I did buy it off of the hype. I blind bought it, never smelled or anything like that. And the first time I smelled this, guys, there was something in it that just put me off. Like, it was kind of like a peanut, kind of like a peanut smell. But for some reason, I don't really actually pick that up anymore. I think my nose actually adjusted to it, and I really enjoy wearing this like on a nice rainy day, because it is a big vetiver fragrance, so it's high on the vetiver. And I do like vetiver. It's kind of like a wet kind of grass kind of smell. If you never really smelled vetiver, that's what it resembles. and this just works perfect like on a rainy spring day. You can also wear this in the fall as well. Not so much in the summer. This is pretty strong, and this is not a crowd pleaser, guys. So if you're looking for compliments and to please the masses, this is not for you. But if you want something unique and very different, check this out. This is very cheap as well online, and it is kind of niche quality, guys. It's not a designer, or it is a designer fragrance, but it doesn't smell like a designer fragrance. It does smell very niche and very different. So this would be the fragrance that wasn't worth the hype out of my collection, is Lalique's Encore Noir Ad Extreme. All right, so the next question up is, what is my favorite fragrance from my favorite house in my collection? Now, this was also a easy choice for me. You guys might know what it is since I haven't talked about it yet out of my collection. But the favorite fragrance from my favorite house is actually Creed's Royal Oud, guys. This is by far my favorite fragrance out of my entire collection, to be honest with you. This, every time I smell it, oh my, it just smells like $1 million. It's just so luxurious smelling, guys. If you want something that smells expensive and is expensive, check out Creed's Royal Oud. It has sandalwood, cedarwood, it has oud. It opens up very fresh with that Creed signature freshness, so it's like a combination of fresh and earthy and woody, which just goes so well together in this fragrance. It is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion, guys. Oh, it's so good. So this would be my favorite fragrance from my favorite house, which is Creed. I love Creed, guys. I definitely want to get some more Creeds in my collection here soon, so look out for that. I will be purchasing a bunch of more Creed bottles. But yeah, this is the one I'm going to choose for my favorite fragrance from my favorite house. All right, so on to the last question here. This last question is actually the most worn or most used fragrance in my entire collection. Now, this might come to a surprise to some of you. It kind of surprises me as well, but I cannot stop just pulling this fragrance out. And the fragrance I'm speaking about is Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is the original Club de Nuit Intense Man. And every time, guys, oh man, I've been wearing this so much lately. Mainly due to the fact that it's just so cheap. And it does smell like aventus. It is almost aventus to a T. Just a lot more harsh and more synthetic than aventus. Obviously, aventus is much better than Club de Nuit Intense Man in my opinion. But like I said, when I bought this, if you watched my unboxing video, you can go check that out. I pretty much stated that I bought this just in case if it does smell similar to aventus, I would probably wear this on like my work days if I want that aventus vibe, and pull out aventus on like special occasions. And that is exactly what I've been doing, guys. So I've just been wearing this all the time, just spraying a lot of it since it is so cheap and it is 105 mils, so you can't really go wrong with it. But yeah, if you want something very similar to aventus, kind of like a cologne, check out Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is just a great fragrance in and of itself. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up the 13 questions about my fragrance collection. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you have any kind of questions regarding any of my collection, definitely leave it down below and I'll be happy to answer. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you are a fragrance reviewer or make fragrance videos, definitely consider yourself tagged and try this video as well. It is a very good idea, and that's why I enjoy making it. But yeah, leave a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next fragrance video. Take care, everybody.